Hi, Phoenix Song here. I want to talk today about a way to improve your speed of your workflow for the Deluge. One thing I wanted to be able to get back to was a quicker way to make different measures, like standard measures, like 4 measures, quickly. So the first natural way of doing that would be to do this. You hold the shift and you go like this, but this takes too long. So say if you, it takes that many clicks, like 16 clicks to get to 2 bars. So let's start over. Let's go back to this. And so here's the easier way to make it happen fast. You can just hit shift and click this button, and instantly you've got 2 bars. Now the problem is it's hard to tell what you've done here. Like now I can tell that I've got 2 bars, but you can see there, now back to 1 bar, and now 2 bars. So if you go like that. Okay, so basically one way to get around that concern is when you start it, let's go here, and so you click once, and then duplicate and duplicate so you can see quickly that you've been, how many bars you've got there. I find this super helpful to speed up a workflow of creating a song because I often want to create 2 bars or 4 bar loops, and I don't want to necessarily go into the loop or record mode to do it. So this is a way you can speed up your workflow drastically over the basic method of increasing lengths of measures. Here is how to do acid basslines on the Deluge. So I've got the TD-3 here, and I worked with the internal sequencer for quite a few days getting it just right, and it's good. It definitely does the classic basslines, but it's really time consuming to think in that way, and the Deluge sequencer works much better for musically putting together phrases. So one way you can do acid basslines with the Deluge sequencer is, for the TD-3, go into the software and set the pitch bend range to full octave. After that's done, you'll be able to sequence and do pitch bends to emulate the slide type behavior. So let's do a quick recording here. So just record the line without any bends first, and then if you're trying to do it fast, you can just keep going. Use any keyboard with a pitch bend, and you'll be able to record that into the Deluge without any special setup. Pitch bend gets recorded into the Deluge, and it's also set to 1 octave. So one of the keys is, when you're bending the note with the pitch bend wheel, is do it just a little bit ahead of where you want it so that the Deluge with the quantization can pick up on the change that you're doing. You can also do slides by doing pitch bend, assigning it to a wheel. So if you hit, say, one of the buttons while you're on MIDI, press down the knob and turn it this way to bend. So I turned it counterclockwise. Yeah, counterclockwise twice, and it gets it to bend. And then you can use this to bend the note. And if you do it with the P-lock style by holding down this and changing it, it will not slide, it will immediately go to that pitch bend. So you'd want to be in a record mode and be changing it as you go. Results may vary. I found the best way to do it was sequence it first by playing the notes on the keyboard or sequenced into the Deluge, and then on the second go, bend the pitch bend to give it the slides that you're looking for. That gives you a little bit more time to be able to focus on just doing slides while you did the sequencing the time before. But I've also made the other way work. So here are some examples of sequencing with the Deluge, using some nice slides to emphasize how you can do acid basslines through the Deluge sequencer. So that's just two very specific tips and tricks on how to improve your workflow with the Deluge and do some things maybe you haven't done before with it. Please like and subscribe to my channel.